Bjorn?
Can it also be like fear of the greatness?
Well, fear does play a part in our desire to ignore law, that is true. But how much of it is fear versus anger? Like angry that we've got to, meet criteria, law, in order to have a happy life. Like, how much of it is that we want to be like what we view as free, but actually harming others in the process of our freedom, So you've got to start. A lot of times we can explain things away by saying, I was just afraid. But a lot of times when I see a person doing that, they're really just angry. And they call it afraid. Because why would I call something fear when it's actually anger? Why would I do that? What's my reason for doing that, do you think? Franz, you want to?
So to mask or justify it.
Yes, to mask my true desire. Why would I want to mask my true desire? Because I don't want to change it. Like if I have to honestly admit to myself that the main reason why I'm in this argument with God is because I'm angry rather than afraid. What I've learnt is that most people don't argue with people they're afraid of. Isn't that true? Like, if you think about the people you're truly afraid of, do you ever go up to them and start a Barney with them? Most of the time not, right? You don't. You go, that person you're afraid of, you go, I see them down the street, I go, walk in the other direction. That's how I usually act in my fear. But when I'm in my anger, now I'll feel like I've got to say something to that person. Up I go. You see the difference? And so when we're in this sort of state with God, where we're having an argument with God, we're really in a state of anger, not in a state of fear. Right? And most of us don't realise why we're in a state of anger. That's true. There's a lot of reasons why we might be in a state of anger. But anger is a lot about power, isn't it? Gaining power over something. So most of us want to feel that we want to gain power over our life. We want to gain power over our emotion. We want to also gain power over God. We want to get to the stage where we think that what we do is more important than what God thinks we should do. So in a lot of ways we're in an argument, and not because we're afraid. We're in an argument because we're angry. For whatever reason we're angry. Oftentimes related to our childhood, which we can talk about tomorrow. Yeah.